So here's kind of, how it works. It is an application process. You have to fill out, your business information. I'll show you guys the link and all that here in a little bit. And they're gonna run a background check on you and your employees. Now, if you have, a company with 30 employees, from our understanding, right now you only have to run a background check on the technicians that will actually be going to the customers' homes. So, if you have an office manager sitting in the office, and he or she are not going to be going to the technician or the customer's home, she doesn't have to worry about doing the background check. And they're using Pinkerton Consulting to do the background checks, and all that is kind of, as you go through the process, the background checks is kind of part of that sign up process. And they'll do like a license check, and they'll check your insurance and all that good stuff, just to make sure you're legit company. And then once you're active, let's say you go through that whole process, it's a pay per lead platform for Google. So they have Google AdWords, this is a pay per click platform. So this is just their pay per lead model. And what we're seeing is most of the leads in our industry, at least, are around $129 a lead. But if you guys are used to working with lead generator, I mean, this varies by the market, the specific service. This could go up or down, but across the board, we're kind of seeing $129 a lead right now. Which, all of y'all familiar with this industry. I mean, that's not bad at all for a water damage lead. I mean, that's extremely good. So that's why, again, this is so important for you guys. Should implement this strategy, because $129 a lead, just be getting as many of those as you possibly can. So how do you charge? Let's say you're signed up. So how are you charged on this? So you set up a weekly budget. And let's say, your budget's $1,500. What I have seen, it looks like the minimum you can sign up for this on is three leads a week. So that puts you at, $387 a week, which is about a $1,500 a month budget. So that's about the minimum they're letting you get started with. And then once you spend, now Google's not going to let you go over the spend, right? Once you hit your budget for the week, they'll take your ad down and they'll just fire it back up the next week for you. So just be willing to, set aside around $1,500 a month to kind of get started on this. And, like I said, they'll fluctuate, your ad placement and all that based on how much money you're willing to spend. And you do have an ability to dispute any leads. Obviously in our industry, there's a lot of, if it's a renter, they're out of service area, things happen, right? It's not going to be a perfect lead every time. That's just the way the internet works, right? So, but you do have an ability to dispute the lead and get a credit back from Google. Now, here's just an example of, some calls you might get that you're not going to have to pay for. It's any solicitation calls, spam calls. Somebody calls outside of your service area, you don't have to pay for that. If it's a type of job, the customer needs help in mold removal or whatever. Let's say you didn't have mold removal listed as a service you provide, then you should be able to get a credit for that call. I mean, this is similar to, I'm sure you guys have worked with lead generators before. I mean, it's a similar process. So I'm sure, that you're already familiar with. So kind of the feedback, we're getting from some of the people actively using it, is it's a lower cost per lead than PPC and pay-per-lead providers, right? I mean, in our industry, a good lead ranges from anywhere from I know people paying $1,000 for a lead. For $1,000, obviously not all markets are paying that. That's not the going rate in all markets. I'm sure you guys have been in this, industry long enough to know. I mean, $1,000 for a lead. So if you're paying $129 a lead, I'd say this isn't a bad deal. So a lot of, everybody hasn't jumped on board to this yet. So now, you guys are on this webinar, you're watching this recording, whatever, you still have a chance to get some great leads at a low cost per lead before the cost goes up. And, Google might change how, Google's always adapting and changing things. That's why, it's our responsibility as, marketing companies in this niche to stay on top of what's going on, what's changing. But they might change this to an auction type system similar to AdWords, right? Where they're just going to give the lead to the highest bidder. I mean, we hope that doesn't happen, right? Because then that's going to shoot it right up to $750, $1,000 a lead. But for the time being, it's a very low cost per lead. And of course, these are higher quality leads than Home Advisor. I mean, these are exclusive calls, right? That are going straight to you. These aren't shared leads like you're getting from Home Advisor and stuff like that. You still get some price shoppers that you had to follow up with. I mean, that's just business, right? You're not going to get a caller every time that's, hey, my basement flooded, I need you here now. Yes, that does happen. That's a fortunate thing in our niche. But sometimes you're going to have to convince the people, why they should pick you over Servpro, Paul Davis, whatever it be. And just got to make sure you follow up with them, right? That's just, like I said, that's business. That's normal. And then, overall, it's with $129 a lead, you can get a pretty good ROI right out the gates if you're implementing this. So I kind of, just covered some of this, but I mean, why is this a no-brainer? I mean, it's an opportunity for you to show up at the very top, right? Being the top 3 listed. You only pay per lead. You're not paying per click, and it's a lower cost per lead than I just discussed with the PPC and the lead providers. It's higher quality leads than Home Advisor shared leads, and you can also modify your budget based on your schedule. Like if you really want to, if you got technicians sitting at the shop twiddling their thumbs, I mean, you can ramp up your budget, try to get the call volume up. And if you get busy, I mean, you can maybe scale down your budget some or you can even pause it. There's an ability in there to pause the leads if you do. And then you guys that, work with lead providers, I know you're familiar with that too. If you get swamped, can't handle any more jobs, then you pause. So at this point, we're still in the earlier phases of this. So I think all you guys should definitely jump on board, or at least get on the waiting list if it hasn't been rolled out in your area yet. Hope you got value out of that video. If you're looking for more ideas and strategies for better ways to market your water, mold, or fire damage restoration business online, you can go to restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there we have a free checklist you can download. It's called the Ultimate Online Marketing Guide for Damage Restoration Contractors. And there you'll be able to get the latest strategies that are working now to really increase your lead flow online. You could probably even 5 to 10x the number of leads you're getting per month from internet marketing. So there should be a link below, restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there you can download the checklist for free of charge, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.